Dear monks, nuns, and all Zen practitioners. The practice of Zen, the main focus is on ask question and create a doubt. And when you have fully trust in the practice, then it's going to establish the very good foundation for your and it's gonna lead you to the original nature. And this is determination. It's gonna help you to overcome any other belief. One such example is when the Buddha may, appear in front of you and ask you to follow his new method of practice. So when you when you have this kind of determined or totally trust in your practice, so you might answer to the Buddha, "Oh, no, thank you, Buddha. I have already practiced this method and I trust in this practice. So even though you say, this new method, can help me enlighten right away, but no, thank you. I want to continue to practice this method until I find enlightenment or awakening. So this is my trust in the mind. So when we practice this method, it's basically help us to overcome all this, something that we have to gain, something that we have to seek, and overcome all the fear. So when we practice like this, we will not have the wrong view. And there is the koan from the four patriarchs. So this third patriarch is the lineage from the Makasasipa Dao, from the third and the fourth. And the third patriarch and also in the story, the third patriarch said that I never have seen the Buddha before. So he want to have his student, manifest the view, the picture or the image of the Buddha. So when his student, say that this is the image, of the Buddha is not real, it's me, fake, fake the Buddha. So the third patriarch say that, oh, okay, yeah, I know that. So right there, the third patriarch, disappear, and then the third patriarch saw an image of a yellow robe monk came by, and the third patriarch, saw it as the Buddha, and he bowed down to the Buddha. But the moment he looked up, the Buddha disappeared. So the image of the story basically shown us that even, we're not even close, to the level of the patriarchs. So we should not trust in the image, the false image. So in this practice, people, they may have not fully formed, like they have fully sixth sense, but they're able to practice and gain the power in the teaching, fully understand the teaching. And when we practice this method and when allow our mind to go not against, but go with the self attachment. So we have to be careful and watch out for that. So in this summer, and this is the season of Ulambana, the festival that we appreciate the parents. So the lay members, asked us about what about the Ulambana? What should we pay the gratitude to the parents for? What should we do to pay our respect? So how can this practice, help us to pay that gratitude to the parents? So then Master Liqua, he said that, in this practice, it's cover every other practice from the arahantship to Paritika to the Bodhisattva vow. It cover every level in there. So as long as you practice and you're able to fully awaken, and then you can pay the gratitude to the parents. So we should not compare this practice and that practice. This practice is not about to compete with other practice or with other tradition. So the main focus is the practice. So go back to the story of the Ulambana. When the Moggallana, the Buddha's disciple, helped to rescue his mother from the upside down karma. So it's helping our own mind out of the hell realm. So in the Pure Land Sutra, when there's this a passage saying that we can listen to any phenomena, given the Dharma talk, like the bird singing, the leaves wavering, and so on, and including in our mundane life we can hear the cat meow, the dog barks, and so on. So those are the condition maybe helps someone to awaken. So that's the Dharma. So it doesn't have to be in a certain form. People should not attach to just the teaching only, but every phenomena out there can help us to awake. So like people that can hear the urinate by someone, and maybe someone saw the monkeys climbing the tree, people crossing the bridge, Dongshan Zen master crossed the bridge, the river, and someone listened to the tuba sound, and so on. There are so many phenomena that can be a condition for someone to awaken. So this is someone that we need to trust in the mind and practice. So right now, if you have any questions, please raise your hand, or if you want to share your experience or have question, please raise your hand. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Miss Kimian. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha, dear Thầy, dear nuns, and all Zen practitioners. In our daily life, we listen to your reminders about our practice. The main three things are nothing to gain, nothing to seek, nothing to fear. But the first one, nothing to gain, is something that we get stuck with. Maybe we get stuck in the Dharma. We get stuck in something that we practice. We get stuck in the something to gain with effort. We get gaining from our understanding the Dharma. So can you explain more so that we can see clearly our own sickness in the practice, in the Zen practice, so that we can clear this, so that in the spirit of our practice, can you help explain? Thank you. So this is self-detachment. Self-detachment here are the nothing to gain, nothing to seek, and nothing to fear. So this is what we need to do with this. We need to ask the question, ask the Huato question, and look with the third mind eye with the Huato, and do not allow this picture or allow this energy of Huato to disappear or to fade away, and not this. Well, things are surround us, but we should not get automatically not distracted by the things around us. So there's nothing to worry about, nothing to see. We just focus on, let's say you're driving, you just focus on driving, and just consider, the road, and all the way, you can get home. So just like, the parents, ask the kids, go to the market and buy something for them. And when they get there and they buy stuff and then they get home, without going, somewhere else. So same thing with our practice, without, attachment to the self, attachment, then, or, get lured by, all this attraction, something that you can gain from it. So it's maybe, difficult because we have this habits, in our life, and so we need to doesn't matter what, doesn't matter that we have a lot of attraction. So we just ask the question, consider the questions, always return to the question and ask the questions. And when we say consider, this Huato, consider this energy of Huato, and we continue to just, head forward. So when our mind not get stuck in known or not known, then we be okay. But the moment that our mind gets stuck in known something and not known something, then we get stuck. So just like a student, who's gonna about to take an exam, a really important exam for his school, and he needs just to focus on the study, and then he's gonna maybe be able to pass the exam. And even though he very miss his parents, and also very longing to play with, hang out with friends, but he doesn't care at all. He just focus on the study. So that is the energy of considerate. So that's why the patriarch, want us to continuously allow the mind direct to the energy of Huatou. The Huatou is gonna lead us to the great doubt. That's inevitable. And right now we maybe struggling with this, but we still continue to head on forward. So this is the teaching in the ornament flower ornament garden sutra. So the three teaching from that is we're gonna continue on the practice and hold on to the practice, and eventually it's gonna clear out all the unwholesome seeds. So this is the gradual paths. So right now, go back to the three guidelines: nothing to gain, nothing to seek, and nothing to fear. If we don't understand thoroughly about these three guidelines, then we lose the effective of them. So it's just ask the question, and even the wise teachers, the wise teacher also said that keep ask the question, and just like who recite the Buddha name, who is recite the Buddha name. So we just keep continue ask the question and always trust in the mind, and eventually it's gonna take you to the great doubt. And when you able to see yourself in good shape from the practice, you basically practice very completely on the path, but you don't have to look at it and proud of it, just continue practice. So it doesn't matter the Dharma, the teaching, if it's within or from out external, then we can see that if you're in a duality, then this is self-attachment. So when you go beyond the releasing the self-attachment, then it's going to help us to get closer to the original nature and far apart from the ignorance. So right now we should continue ask the question, and always have this strong consideration for the Huatou, so that when we experience the 50 false views from perceptions, then we're able to overcome them Otherwise, we're gonna fall. We could fall into any of the 50 wrong perceptions from the practice. So continue on the practice. Thank you. So none Vedak, please go ahead, ask the question. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Can you unmute? Okay, can you hear me now? Yes, I can. Go ahead. I heard this story from the Zen master Willie about the one who went to the temple and helped making the tofu, and when he passed away in the temple, and he when he went to the hell realm, the king of hell realm, um, basically saw that his record, he already practiced at least one day in the Zen. So can you say more about these stories? So this story is basically tells us about the cause and effect. So people, practitioners, the beginners, they basically have the strong belief in a practice. So this is the very basic story, so that they can understand the basics, cause and effect in the Dharma. So there are a poem, the 12 ways of teaching. So the first one, maybe the story, the poem. So the patriarchs also follow the teaching of the Buddha in skillful mean to tell the story. The story about this in the Zen practice record. So the condition that people, able to come to the Zen retreat, the 7-day Zen retreat, and this is the very precious condition, very rare, because this is the chance that for a practitioner to sow the seed of prajna. So this is a story about in Kalman, the Zen center in China, where Zen Master Likwa and Zen Master Sui-Yuan lived. So this man who lived next to the Zen center, and he never came to the temple before, but then one day he came to the center, and this center, is very, very new to him, and he didn't know what to do. And this is not just happens out of nowhere. This probably already he had the seed from his previous life already. So this life, he just came in, and Zen Master Likwa, he said that it's a very precious condition for the man. And he came to the retreat and just half day at the retreat, and he passed away. So in the hell realm, the king Yama, king of death, determined that he just practiced recently. So he basically has the awareness from the false wrongdoing, and he repent from his wrongdoing. So basically he just able to gain some good deeds. So the king of death, determined that he said that this man he's not up to his life yet, so we should return him to the normal life. So he basically returned back to his life. Basically, he returned to the coma and lived for another 20 something years. So basically, this is the story that mainly focus on tells about our own minds. Our own minds could be the hell realm, because our minds full of ignorance, and it create a lot of unwholesome things. So when we're able to recognize that, we should transform all these attachment, all the stuckiness in our mind. So so let's say that man experienced a lot of suffering from family, from his own country, the wars and so on. So basically he realized all that, and from there he transformed, and all the sufferings basically transformed in his mind. That's when he left the hell realm, and then he overcame his illness in the mind. So when people they maybe about to take their own life, and they realize that, oops, no, this is not the right way to do, and then they realize that they need to live fully. So so this is the story about help us to continually to the practice, so we're able to go beyond our suffering, our ignorance, so we can go on with our practice. Otherwise we're gonna stuck with all this mundane issues, problems that we need to solve and so on. So this is this story about the practice is not about draw another image, or the fake image. So right now we are running out of time, so thank you very much, and